welcome to another Slider Games Warhammer 40,000 battle report. We are back here on the planet Zamzara. The T'au have gained a foothold, and they've been bombarding this area from orbit, and now they're moving in under cover of darkness. In our 1,000 point open war game today, we have storm their lines. With this objective, there are 6 objective markers on the battlefield. We have one here, one by the crates, one here close to the center, one in this crater, one back by the power generators, and then one you can kind of see it through that little lift there. So those are our 6 objectives. At the end of your turn, you score 1 point for controlling an objective in your own deployment zone, or 2 points for controlling one in your opponent's deployment zone. And the deployment zone, as you can see, touches here in the middle. We've already sorted out the Ultramarines are on this side, Tower on this side, and then our twist is going to be pretty interesting because we both have pretty shooty armies. It is a blackout. We're here at night. The maximum range of all shooting attacks and psychic powers is limited to 18 inches. So all the long-range firepower is reduced in this battle. And again, this is T'au versus Ultramarines, and in control of the Ultramarines, JR. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Excellent. Welcome to the channel.
Nice to be here.
How long have you been playing Warhammer?
I started with 5th edition, the Assault on Black Reach set.
Very nice, very nice. And how many armies do you have at this point?
Playable, I'd say 3. Collected, wouldn't care to say.
Many more. Right, yeah. I think that's how it goes for a lot of people. But yeah, this is going to be a good one. The armies look great. We will take a look at the armies. This is 1,000, actually it's 999 points of T'au Sept, my custom T'au Sept, and they are using the T'au Sept trait, so they will be hitting on 5s in Overwatch. Leading the charge today is Commander Brave Stand. He has his 3 missile pods and an ATS, so he gets an extra AP-1. He's also accompanied by 2 shield drones. And then assisting him on the field today is our Cadre Fireblade. And he's the one that gives an extra shot to any pulse rifles or pulse carbines within 6 inches of him if they're firing within half range. Which brings us back to our infantry. We've got 3 squads of 5 fire warriors for our troops. Just pulse rifles on those guys, and they each have 2 gun drones coming with them. Over here on the right is a squad of 5 Pathfinders. No drones accompanying them today, but they do have marker lights and pulse carbines. Jumping to the back, we do have a squad of 3 crisis suits with 3 fusion blasters each, and then they have 2 shield drones accompanying them. And then finally, the big guy, the Riptide, heavy burst cannon and smart missiles with an ATS, an additional AP-1. We do have our prototype weapon system is on the crisis suits. They have enhanced stabilizer jets, lets them reroll 1s to hit and wound when shooting. And finally, the Warlord trait on Brave Stand is through Unity Devastation. It's a new one. I haven't used it yet. He picks a target. He can see anything within 6 inches of him. Targeting that gets an extra AP-1 on a wound roll of 6. So we'll see how that works out. We'll see if I actually remember it at all throughout the battle report. But let's take a look at the Ultramarines. This is 1,000 points exactly of Ultramarines. JR, why don't you tell me who's leading the charge today?
All right. So we have a Phobos captain who is not technically our warlord, but he is perhaps, in the official sense, a leader. He is Sevastus Akaran, commander of the Ultramarines 2nd Company.
Awesome.
The other HQ we have on the field today is a Codicier Jairus Olander, librarian in Phobos armor. Been playing both of these in a recent Crusade event and enjoying the effort there.
Very nice. I love the names.
So the captain has the Warlord trait Imperium Sword and is using the Soldier's Blade relic to be a little bit more of a melee threat. The librarian has the Adept of the Codex trait and is using the Seal of Oath relic. So he can farm a little bit of command points and really amp up the damage against a particularly nasty target.
Right on.
Backing them up today, we have 2 squads of intercessors. The intercessor sergeants are equipped with power fists and the grenade launchers. Otherwise, they are using the standard bolt rifles, which I find are very appropriate for Ultramarines with their super doctrine. We also have 2 squads of infiltrators as troops. Forward deployment and denial of deep strike zones make them very handy. I have taken the easy build ones here and split them into 2 squads, but I'm using my smoke grenade fellow as a second helix gauntlet.
Yep.
Because I've found the helix gauntlet to be particularly effective. We have 1 squad of eliminators with bolt sniper rifles. They're very cost effective. The nighttime fighting is going to be a little challenging for them. I think that's going to cut back on their utility a little bit, but they have done good work for me. We have an attack bike with multi-melta. That was a later addition to my recent crusade efforts after I found that my anti-tank was just a tiny bit lacking. It's very economical right now and highly mobile. And last but certainly not least, we have Brother Polonius, the Redemptor Dreadnought. He is one of the easy build ones that I have slightly customized, removing the heavy flamer so he can have dual Gatling cannons. But he has been a very, very nice linchpin in terms of just projecting raw power.
Awesome. They look amazing.
Thank you.
All right, let's go on to deployment. We are deployed for this open war mission. On the left side here, we do have Sunars, T'au Sept. Here on this objective, Cadre Fireblade and some Fire Warriors. We do have the Pathfinders here in the back, ready to move up. Center, very small castle, but we have the Riptide, Commander Bravestand, and another squad of Fire Warriors. And then off on the left, some more Fire Warriors on that objective. So all 3 of my objectives are covered. I do have my Crisis team in Manta Hold, ready to deep strike. And it is open war, so they can come in on turn 1 if I need them to. JR, why don't you tell me what's going on over here with the Ultramarines?
All right, so we have our objectives covered by basic troop squads. Mindful of the deep strike reserve or mantle hold, I have tried to spread out and cover a little bit more territory to deny deep strike regions.
Yep.
I have a lot of firepower consolidated here on the right side of the board, anticipating that the Redemptor Dreadnought and the attack bike will have to do a lot of work against the giant mech. I do have the eliminators deployed at a high vantage point, which would be my normal tactic, but with an 18-inch range, that may not be as much help as I think. And we have our sneaky little melee commander down here with his forward deployment just inching a little forward out of the deployment zone.
Yep.
To maybe go ruin some Tau's day with a knife.
Yes, exactly. Tau don't like knives. It's not their thing, for sure. But yeah, the blackout conditions, this night time, these 2 forces have kind of stumbled upon each other in the darkness, kind of unaware. And yeah, it's going to make it interesting with only 18-inch range on everything. But it looks good. Do you want to roll off to see who will go first here? I'll let you grab a die.
Sure.
And we'll see. And this is open war, so whoever wins gets to choose. I'll let you go ahead and roll first.
I have a 4.
4. And a 2. It is your choice, sir.
I will elect to go first.
He is going first. All right, on to Ultramarines, turn 1. Movement phase is complete for the Ultramarines. Some shuffling around. What's going on over here with these guys on this side?
So we fanned out a little bit to provide some better coverage against deep strike. We are moving up our little castle with the librarian, the dreadnought, and attack bike to be in better position. Actually, first turn may not have served me entirely very well because I'm not able to get within the 18-inch range necessary to hit the Riptide,
The big guy,
unfortunately.
yeah.
But they're cautiously approaching that, and at least I've got some targets to fire at.
Right on.
Always hate to waste firepower.
Yes. And then over here.
And over here, we've done some similar spreading out as some of our forces. We've started moving the eliminators forward because they had literally no targets.
Yes, so these guys actually, wobbly model syndrome,
Yes.
they're actually all on the stairwell.
Yes.
So they are all in range of this group over here, but for safety of the model purposes, they're where they are.
Yes,
right
and to avoid damaging the rails on the side of the terrain.
Yeah, they're a little chunkier.
And last but not least,
yeah.
we have the Phobos captain who has snuck around the staircase. Not quite within a charge threat range, but enough to at least fire his weapon at some target.
Yes, all right, very cool. It is the psychic phase. You do have a librarian. Do you know what you want to do with your psychic powers right now?
Well, let me take a look. I believe Smite requires a visible enemy target.
Yeah.
So then I have no visible enemy targets.
Okay.
Psychic Shackles also requires visible. So all I can do with my psychic phase is attempt to cast Precognition on my Psyker. So that is a warp charge of 5, attempting to cast. And
That's
Snake Eyes. That's
Snake.
Perils, I believe.
Yes. Do you want to re-roll that?
That's a good question. I think I will spend a command point to reroll that, because it's a little early for Perils.
Back down to 4 after getting 1 at the beginning of the turn.
Correct.
And that's
That's
better.
a 6, so it will pass.
It does go off. Okay.
So I will just place the card here as a reminder. He has a 5-up invuln save until my next psychic phase, and any units that target him with ranged, actually it might even be with melee fire, subtract, any attack subtracts 1 from the hit roll targeting him.
That's pretty cool. All right.
Yeah.
We will now go on to shooting phase. Done one shot. What are these guys called again?
The Eliminators.
Eliminators fired in. They killed 1 fire warrior down here, but now we have the captain. He's going to try to take out the Cadre Fireblade over here with his, what's it called again?
It is a mastercrafted Instigator Bolt Carbine.
Rolls right off the tongue.
Yes. It ignores the Lookout Sir rule, so it is able to effectively sniper fire.
Okay.
So he is hitting on 2s.
All right.
And
That's
that will
a hit.
It is strength 4.
Toughness 3.
So it will wound on a 3.
That is a 1.
That is worth a reroll.
He's going to re-roll it. Okay.
And I will see if I recover the command points in just a moment.
Yep.
And of course
Still
that
1. Do you get your command point back though?
Do I get the command point back? I do.
Nice.
So that is at least.
At least you didn't lose the command point.
At least I didn't lose the command.
Yeah. There we go.
So hit but no wound. Regrettable. It has a nice profile.
Yeah. All right. The T'au, breathe a sigh of relief here on this side of the battlefield. All right. We'll come back with some more shooting over here. The last thing to fire was the Dreadnought, and it fired everything it had into this squad of fire warriors, and as you can see, they are deceased. I decided not to do any savior protocols over here just because this way he couldn't see the drone, so I knew they would live, and I'll get to score that objective on my turn now. But that is the end of the Ultramarines' turn, and they will score 3 points because they are holding the 3 objectives in their deployment zone. All right, so we will go on to T'au movement phase. We are at the end of the T'au movement phase. First thing, these guys did drop in from Mantlehold. They are within range of the Dreadnought. I kept them out a little bit so these guys over here can't just take pot shots at them without moving forward a little bit. On this side, the drones move forward with the Riptide and Brave stand. These 2 drones stayed still holding that objective for me, as did these Fire Warriors, who are relatively safe. Pathfinders also didn't move. They couldn't actually move out and get in range of anything. So yeah, we'll see how that works out. Maybe I should have moved them around just a little closer to that objective. But over here, these guys just shuffled up onto the platform. They can take shots either here or at the captain. These guys, though, have effectively a 1-up save in cover with their camo cloak. So that will make for some interesting choices. But that is it for the movement for the T'au. We will go on to the shooting phase. The Riptide is shooting at the Dreadnought. He fired his smart missiles, did 1 damage. I will also mention down on the far end, everything over there fired at the captain, and they did 3 damage. So that was pretty good. But yeah, back over here, Riptide fired everything in. did one, or fired all his smart missiles in, did 1 damage. And now for the big burst cannon. These will be hitting on 4s, no rerolls. I'm actually going to shift over here, give myself a little more room for these 18 dice. I did over Nova charge, spent the command point, so he's got a 3-up invulnerable save and the boosted gun. All right, let's see what that is. That was 10 hits, so a little bit better than average. He's eyeing them down there. But I need 4s to wound. Strength 7, toughness 7. Okay, not too bad. All right, that's 5 at AP minus 2.
All right. So I need to make 5 5-ups.
Mm-hmm. 5 5s.
And I
made
made
1
of them.
Okay, so that's 4 more damage.
4 more damage.
Those are normally 2, but he reduces everything, all damage, by 1. All right.
Still in his top bracket.
Still in his top bracket. So we might as well go ahead and fire the commander in. Brave Stan's going to fire. He has 6 shots, hitting on 2s. Oh, I do need to remember, I did choose him as my target for 3 unity devastation. I don't think it's really made a big difference at this point, but I should remember that going forward. Hitting on 2s. Nice, they all hit. These are strength 7 as well, so wounding on 4s again. Okay.
2.
3. We got a 6, a 4, and a 5. So that is 3 wounds, AP minus 2.
So 3 5-ups.
Yeah.
And made 1.
Made 1.
Failed 2.
These are D3 damage each.
Okay.
So we're looking for 2s. Well, not 2s on here, but 2 damage rolls. Okay, so that's a 3 down to 2.
Right.
So that's 3 wounds.
All right.
So he's down.
So he is bracketed now.
He is bracketed. Okay. All right. Not too shabby. But then he's got 5 wounds left. Okay. It's up to these guys. Everything into the big boy. I am going to spend 2 command points on, let me check what it's called. Coordinated engagement. That's what that's called. All right, so these guys will now be, it's as if he has 5 marker lights on him. So their ballistic skill will go to 3, and they will reroll 1s to hit, which they already had with their enhanced stabilizing jets. And they'll also reroll 1s to wound because of those stabilizing jets. So here we go. Need 3s though. This one, these 2 are popped. Yeah. Let's roll this again. Okay, that was 3 2s. I'm going to save my reroll for a wound. All right, and these are strength 8, so 3s to wound.
3s to wound.
And I am definitely reroll 1s to wound. Good call. All right, that paid off. And then I'm going to spend my command point to reroll another one. All right, so 4 wounds.
Mm-hmm.
There is a 6, so technically
Extra.
AP minus 5 on one and AP minus 4 on the others. Does he?
Doesn't matter. He's armor 3, so it doesn't get an AP. So is this single damage?
These are D6.
D6.
These are the Melta equivalent.
So yes.
So I need.
Just not to roll a bunch of 2s and 1s.
Yeah. Okay, so that's
good.
Yeah, he's out of there. Okay, does he explode?
That is the next question. No.
He does not explode. All right. But the T'au have taken out the Dreadnought. That's not a bad start. But that is all of the shooting for the T'au. Come back and check the score. After melting that honored brother to slag, I'm sure they'll be able to recover the coffin. What do they call that?
Sarcophagus.
Sarcophagus. That's the word they use. Yeah, they'll recover that sarcophagus. It'll be fine. But that is the end of T'au turn 1. They also score 3 points like the Ultramarines. 1 here, and 1 over there. So it is 3-3 at the end of turn 1. We will go on to Ultramarines turn 2. We are at the end of the movement for the Ultramarines. We did have a couple of command points spent. 4, technically. Orbital bombardment and guerrilla tactics. So guerrilla tactics, these guys that are over here, what are they called?
They were the infiltrators.
Infiltrators. They vanished and will come back through strategic reserves. And then orbital bombardment. Over here, my poor innocent fire warriors just minding their own business. There is something pinging nearby. It seems dangerous. They may need to vacate the area. So at the start of your next turn, is that when it triggers?
In my next command phase.
Yeah, so there'll be a bombardment from the sky onto those guys. So they'll need to move out of the way or risk taking mortal wounds. All right, what else is going on over here for the thing? Oh, I will mention before you get into it.
Sure.
Jara was friendly enough. He let me move these guys. I did decide to swing them around on my last turn. I actually advanced them. They only rolled a 2, so they got up there with a little bit of cover. But yes, on to Ultramarines. What's going on over here?
All right, so the loss of the Dreadnought has hit us hard, so we are taking a more aggressive posture. It's also the tactical doctrine, so essentially I can move all my infantry without impacting their shooting, so everything's just coming forward. Obviously, I'm trying to keep my objectives covered because that's important, but trying to actually establish some line of fire to do some shooting. Most particularly, we have the Librarian with the Seal of Oath and the attack bike on this side that's hopefully going to put some pain on this fellow. That 3-up invuln save may come in handy, though.
Hopefully.
We've got the intercessors back there that have moved up far enough to at least put some pot shots on the crisis suits. We have an infiltrator unit that's moved up far enough for at least a few shots into the Pathfinders. These fellows have moved up to still cover the objective. They don't actually have line of sight, but at least they could get involved should they need to.
Future turn, yes.
And both the Eliminators and the Phobos Captain have moved up. The Eliminators actually being midway down the stairs, again, wobbly model syndrome, which should give them rerolls from the Captain for some hopefully devastating shooting before the Captain attempts a charge.
Yes, right on. Okay, and that brings us to the psychic phase.
Psychic phase,
What's our Librarian going to unleash on the town?
So the Librarian's first attempt is going to be Psychic Shackles. He is going to attempt to psychically shackle the Riptide.
Nice. And this one, what does this do?
So this one has a warp charge value of 6, one enemy within 18 inches of and invisible to the Psyker. Until the start of my next Psychic phase, it halves his move characteristic, rounding up. And if they make a charge or advance roll, they subtract 1 from that roll.
Very nice. That's really good.
So yes, looking for a 6 or better here. So that is going to fail.
That is a 3.
It is not worth spending my last current command point to re-roll. But I will do a Smite as my second. The closest visible enemy unit being the
shield drones. Yep.
Yes. Which would be good to get out of the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, warp charge 5, D3 mortal wounds. So that is a 10.
Just under a super smite.
Just under super smite.
So D3.
D3 mortal wounds to the shield drones, and that's going to be
1. And they do have a 5-up Feel No Pain. Oh, and he makes it. All right, so the drones survive the psychic phase as the bolt of psychic energy launches out. It bounces off their invulnerable shield.
Indeed.
Okay. All right, let's go on to shooting phase. We are starting off the shooting phase with these guys targeting the Cadre Fireblade.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. They get 3 shots here.
3 shots, hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s because of the Captain. And thank goodness for that. So they hit 3 times.
Are these heavy though? Because they did move.
Ultramarines, tactical doctrine.
They count as not moving. That's right. Okay, perfect. That's very good.
Yes.
So all 3 hit.
Yes, strength 5, so wounding on
3s.
And a 6 to wound causes a mortal. So 2 of them are failures, but I think I'm going to spend the command point. And I've already recovered one.
Yeah, he did get one back from the orbital bombardment.
My rerolls have not gone well.
Not been good.
That's a 2 damage wound with, I believe, -2 AP.
Okay, so he -2. I think he actually might have a 2-up save, but I'll check. Let's see if it matters. That's off the board. That's a fail either way.
Right.
So that's
he takes 2 damage and a mortal.
So he'll be down to 2 wounds left. All right, let's see what's next. In an effort to finish off the Cadre Fireblade, the Captain is firing in. I did double check. He actually only has a 4-up save. I don't know what I was thinking, but he does have 5 wounds, which blows my mind every time I see that stat. All right.
All right. So yes, the Captain is hitting on a 2.
That hits.
He will wound on a 3. And he successfully wounds. There's no armor save because it is at -3 due to the tactical
how much
doctrine.
is it? 2 damage?
3 damage.
3 damage. All right, I'm going to try to take it on one of the drones.
Okay.
So I need a 2-up. 2-up. All right, one of the drones dies.
Okay.
And he lives.
Lives to fight another day.
Yes. All right. And we will see what else we can shoot. next thing they shot, these 3 in the front here fired in, wiped out. They wounded with all 6 of their shots, wiped out the Pathfinders. We're moving on over here. The Intercessors are going to take on the Crisis Suits.
Yes.
Just in range there as they moved forward on the crater.
So we're going to actually start with their Astartes grenade launcher.
Oh, yeah, nice.
With a crack grenade in this case.
Mm-hmm.
So that is going to hit on a 3. And of course it misses.
Mm-hmm. Whew, the 2s have been
yes.
coming out a lot for you, unfortunately.
Well, I neglect to take missile launchers at this point because those high value shots fail every time for me.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're down to the traditional bolt rifles.
Mm-hmm.
We are hitting on 3s. They are only strength 4,
okay.
So they would wound
on
on
5s. Yep.
So 3s and 5s. They are AP -2 in the current
Okay,
doctrine.
that's good.
All right, so that is a
Couple
pretty
ones,
good
yeah,
roll
that's good.
hit.
And then 5s
Looking for
to wound.
5s.
That is
That's 1, 2,
4?
3, 4. Yeah, so 4 and -2.
4 at -2. Let's try to take 2 on the drones. All right, and then that'll be 2 mortal wounds, which on 5s they will ignore. All right, the drones are dead, and I have to make 2 more saves.
Yes.
And it was -2?
Yes.
So these should be 5 up. Pass 1, fail 1.
All right, so 1 wound.
1 wound. Okay, so one of these guys is down to 2 wounds left. Do you know what you want to do next?
I do.
Okay.
So now we have to get to the crux of the important shooting, which is I think the
Yeah.
attack bike.
Into the...
Actually, let me.
Oh, yeah, let's think here for 1 second. We're back. The 2 shield drones are gone. The Librarian shot him with the pistol, nothing happened, but the attack bike shot him with his bolters, while the multi-meltas going into the Riptide. And you are doing your Warlord trait right here, right?
Well, it's the relic.
Or the relic,
Seal of
excuse
Oath.
me. Yeah, Seal of Oath.
So against this target, anything within 6 inches of the librarian gets full rerolls to hit and wound.
Yep.
So normally I'm hitting on 3s, but 3s with full rerolls in this case. So 2 multi-melta shots at the Riptide. And thank goodness for rerolls.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh, okay.
So one hit.
And you'll need a 3 to wound because it's strength 8, toughness
Correct.
7.
But with full rerolls to wound that I didn't end up needing. So that is 1 wound,
wound.
AP -4.
Yeah, we're going to try to put that on a drone.
And
Yes, the drone
Okay.
explodes.
Yep.
Okay, but you're clearing the drones. There's only 1 drone left over there to protect him going forward. Okay.
Yes.
And that, I believe, is the end of the shooting phase. We will go on to see what is next. We are in the charge phase. JR has decided the attack bike is coming in to these guys. The idea is if they come over here, they'll stop them from shooting, and if I don't fall out of combat, which I probably would, but it could stop him from getting a chance to shoot. But before he gets in there, we do get to take some Overwatch here. This is the T'au's bread and butter. It'll be 9 shots hitting on 5s. I will fire them separately because these 2 guys are in fusion range or old school melter range. He is not. So we'll start with the 6 shots from these 2 hitting on 5s.
For 5s.
That's 2.
Hits.
Okay.
And they are strength 8.
8.
And he is
Toughness 5. Yeah, so 3s to wound on these.
No.
I am going to spend a command point.
How many you got left?
I got 2 left now.
All right.
Okay,
All right.
1 wound.
Converted to 1 wound.
And then we will do the 3 that are not in melter range. 1 does hit. And again, a 3 to wound.
No wound.
No wound. That's a 2. All right, so there's 1, but it's AP -4.
So he'll have no save.
No save, so he needs to
2d6.
have 4 wounds.
4 wounds that I can verify.
All right, I'll roll and see.
Oh,
Well, there's a 6.
You got him.
So they blow him up in the charge phase.
Yep.
All right, nice shooting. Does the librarian want to go anywhere?
Can they fire Overwatch repeatedly?
They can, yes.
So that would be That's inadvisable, but staying there might be even less advisable.
Yeah. We can give you a moment to think about it. We have concluded the combat phase. These guys both charged in. No damage on Overwatch. Captain wiped out the drone. These guys took care of the fire warriors. So now they are in control of this objective. Nobody over here is objective secured anymore, so it's a sheer numbers game. But that's good because that's going to get 2 points for the Ultramarines, plus the 3 for their other objectives in their home deployment zone. So that's 5 points. That gives the Ultramarines 8 points at the end of their first turn. We will go on to T'au, turn 2. We are at the end of the T'au movement phase. We've done a lot of movement. These guys flew up into the craters, aiming to take them on, possibly split firing into the librarian, because we do need to address him. Over here, we cleared this orbital bombardment, except for the brave artificial intelligence of this drone. He's coming over, so he will score that at the end of my turn, and then he will promptly explode with the orbital bombardment. But that's what he's there for. These 2 drones stayed still holding this objective. I advanced these guys backward, so they would be outside of the 6 inches. Rolled a 1, and they're just outside. The Riptide is outside of 3 inches, but he will be able to, I think he's going to get hit with the orbital bombardment. Commander is safe. But they've shifted over, because I need to remove these guys from this objective. They're going to be scoring 2 points every time they hold that. So the Cadre Fire Blade fell back. These 2 are aiming to remove them. I did overcharge his gun, so it's 18 shots. I did not branch it, so he doesn't have the 3-up invulnerable save this turn. But that's pretty much it for the T'au. We will move into the shooting phase. In the shooting phase, we did have the Riptide. He fired his smart missiles into the librarian. It doesn't need line of sight. Didn't do any damage. But his 18 shots are going in to the, tell me their name again. Eliminators. So hitting on 4s, no rerolls. Let's see what we can do. For the greater good. Let's count those up. That was 12 hits, so better than we expected. Wounding on 3s. AP will be -2. Come out of my hand. Ooh, that was not as good. Wounding on 3s. We got 6 wounds. AP -2.
6 at -2.
So 6 5-up saves.
Yeah, 2 damage each.
2 damage each.
Any failed save kills one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we saved 4 of them.
Ooh. Only 2 are gone.
All right.
It's not what we wanted to see.
We will remove the 2 non-sergeant models.
Okay.
The sergeant's very despondent about that.
Yes.
Certainly.
All right. That is it. Let's see what's next. Back to the other side of the battlefield. Did spend 2 more command points on coordinated engagement. I'm down to 1 remaining. Now they have to choose a unit. So they have chosen these guys. So they'll ignore their cover save. They'll be +1 ballistic skill. So they won't have a cover save if I wound. But I am going to split fire. This guy is in melt range of the librarian. He's going to shoot over here. And then these 2 guys are going to fire here. We'll start with the librarian. So this will be a 4 to hit. Rerolling once. 1 with a reroll. Only 1, but that's all we need.
Yeah, 2 to wound.
2 to wound. Does wound. AP -4.
So no save.
No save. So this is 2d6. Need a 5. 4. I could reroll the damage roll.
Mathematically, that's dicey.
That is dicey. Let me consider my options. I thought for a moment, I'm going to go ahead and spend my last command point to re-roll that damage roll, because I get to re-roll both, so I need a 5. There's the 5. Okay.
All right.
So he does take out the librarian, so that was big, but I have no command points left. And I have 6 shots into the intercessors, hitting on 3s, re-rolling once. I'll re-roll that. It's cocked. There's a 2 in there. Ooh, not good. All right, 3 hits. Whoops, can't wipe them out. But 2s to wound. They all 3 wound. There's no armor save, but
Correct.
I could roll snake eyes.
Could roll snake
So
eyes.
I need 3 of these. Not snake eyes. Not snake eyes. And not snake eyes. Okay, so 3 of them get taken out.
Yep.
And the librarian is gone. I think that's actually... No, I have my commander left. Let's see what I want to do with him. We'll go on with more shooting. Back over here. Brave Stand has elected to split his fire, putting 2 missile pods into the captain, 1 missile pod into the eliminator. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right, I'm learning. So it'll be 4 shots into the captain. We'll start there. Hitting on 2s. No rerolls. They all hit.
Nice.
These are strength 7, so 3s to wound. 2 wounds, AP -2.
All right.
D3 damage each.
So he will take that on his invuln save. So he's looking for 2 4-ups. He failed both. So this could be it for him.
2d3. All right, I just need one that isn't a 1 or a 2. All right.
All right.
Captain is gone. All right, so we're at least contesting this at worst case, but 2 shots into the eliminator. They both hit. 3s to wound. They both wound. AP -2.
So this is going to be a 5-up armor save.
Yes.
And fails both.
So he is also eliminated.
Yes.
Because they're D3 damage each. Okay. All right, T'au, nice job. So we did clear this side, which is huge. So I'm going to score this, and you're not going to get 2 more points.
Correct.
Yes. Okay, that was big. Over here, killing the librarian as well. Now I need to debate in my brain if they should try to charge these 2 guys. Let me think about that. I have elected not to charge. There is a power fist on that sergeant. Even if I attack first, I'm only hitting on 5s. There's no way I'm going to do 4 wounds and wipe them out. So if they want to charge, they'll have to leave the objective, and I'll take that. But that is the end then of the T'au turn. There are no morale checks to make. They're +1 leadership for being Ultramarines, so they can't fail. But I will score 3 more points, 1 here, 1 on the suicide drone, and the Cadre Fireblade is within 3 since I cleared that objective. So it is 6 points for this T'au, 8 points to the Ultramarines at the end of turn 2. And the Ultramarines, their footing is shrinking, but they do have some guys creeping around the edges of the battlefield who can come in and work some Ultramarines magic. Let's go into Ultramarines, turn 3. Movement phase is over for the Ultramarines. These guys did not move. These guys shifted up a little bit. They're going to be able to take shots. A couple of them are in range of the Cadre Fireblade on 2 wounds. The others are in range of the Riptide. And then over here, one guy jumped in front of the sergeant. So they're both, he's in grenade range and he's got a grenade launcher. So they can take on this. And then over here, out of strategic reserves, infiltrators?
Yes.
Yeah, they popped in. So they're going to take out these 2 drones who are guarding that objective. There's no more psychic phase as the librarian has teleported off the battlefield to safety.
And the orbital bombardment.
Oh my gosh, yes. I was blocking out of my mind. So, orbital bombardment. The drone obviously is dead. He couldn't have survived it. So I was like, he's within 6, that's fine. You know, maybe he'll lose 3 wounds. So he rolled a 6, which is D6 mortal wounds. And then he rolled 6 for that. So down to 6 wounds on the Riptide. That was a big, big swing. So he is bracketed now. So he will be impaired while shooting and moving going forward. All right, let's go on to Ultramarines shooting phase. We have completed the shooting phase. The Cadre Fireblade did get killed. He needed at least 1 5 on 2 saves, didn't make any. Riptide took no damage. These guys took some shots here. Took no damage from the grenades. This guy in the back fired in, didn't do any damage. These 4 fired in at the drones and killed 1, which actually is nice because now they have a chance to make a 9-inch charge over here. So if you want to go ahead and roll that, and you have 1 command point, right?
I do have a command point.
Okay, so you could re-roll this. This is big.
All right, so yes, charging the drones, and we have
That's
7.
Do you want to command point?
Do I want to command point it? It could be clutch for the game if I were to do that, but it's also a difficult roll. But I think I will spend it.
Yes.
Gamble big.
For the glory.
And nope.
No.
Sadly,
okay,
1 less inch.
Okay, and I'll fire my 4
Yes.
shots hitting on 5s. Ooh, nice.
3 hits.
Wounding on 3s. 3 wounds, no AP.
3 3-ups. and
Failed
failed 2.
Oh, they do.
One.
But they have the thing, right?
Yes, they do have the Helix Gauntlet, so the first failed save is ignored, so one of them takes
a wound, yeah.
1 point of damage.
The Felix Gauntlet is, what's it called?
Helix Gauntlet.
Helix Gauntlet.
Yes.
Yeah, really awesome. Okay, so he survives.
Yes.
They survive, took a wound, but that is the end of Ultramarines turn 3. But they will score 3 points again, one down here.
Well, actually, I was pondering a charge
Oh,
over
yeah, I
here.
forgot. Yeah, we do have other options for charges.
But I'm dubious of charging into that many Meltago.
They're fine. They can't kill
I think I'll hold on.
Okay.
So, yes, that is the
All right,
end
that's
of
the end.
Ultramarines.
All right, so yeah, they do get 3 points, which gives them 11. It is 11-6 going into T'au, turn 3. Movement phase for Sunars is complete. Crisis suits flew up over here. This guy is in range of the objective. So if they can wipe these two guys out, I will take this. Now, I only have 1 command point, so I cannot pay to boost their ballistic skill this turn. So they're going to be hitting on 4s here. This way. I didn't move the drone. I thought about swinging them around to hide, but they're coming for the objective either way. So I need to kill them. They have to die this turn, or I'm in a lot of trouble. So my plan, overall, I've given up hope on the far objective. If I can take this objective and wipe this squad out and just defend these two and hold this, I should be able to make a comeback in this game. But we will see how it pays off. These guys shifted up over here, the Riptide, Commander, and the Fire Warriors. Fire Warriors are on the objective with the Riptide. Commanders shifted over so they can all shoot down here. But we'll see how it goes. Let's go on to T'au shooting phase. In the shooting phase, I did spend a command point on aerial targeting. So the infiltrators, there we go, gosh. Infiltrators, they have the effect of 1 marker light, so they're rerolls of 1. I did fire the drone into them, no damage. Fired the smart missiles from the Riptide, no damage. But now we've got 18 shots, hitting on 5s, rerolling 1s. All right, let's check these. After rerolls, we ended up with 5 wounds. So we got 5 4-up saves because of the cover bonus they're getting.
So 5 4-ups. We passed none of them. We ignore 1 for the Helix Gauntlet.
So
that was terrible.
Wow, if I could have just got 1 through earlier, the squad would be gone. All right, but now that's bad because the commander is probably out of range of these guys now.
He is out of range.
Yep. Okay. Let's see what else we can do. We are at the end of the T'au turn. The commander, brave stand back there, he fired in, killed 2 guys over here, and then went ahead and shot over here. They did manage to wipe out the 2 last intercessors. But before the conclusion of the turn, we do have a morale check to make right here.
Yes, he will only fail on a 6 because he is an Ultramarine.
That's a 1. Okay, he made it. Okay, so with that, the end of the turn, T'au are going to get 1 point, 2 points, 3 4 points, putting them to 10. So at the end of turn 3, it is 12-10 Ultramarines in the lead. Let's go on to Ultramarines turn 4. We have concluded movement and shooting for the Ultramarines. These guys over here, they shifted up a little bit. 2 of them got in rapid fire of the Riptide, fired in, no damage. This guy also fired a shot in at the Riptide, no damage. He moved up, so he is going to attempt a charge. He needs a 6 right here to get to the drone, and if he can get there and kill it, he will get 2 points for the Ultramarines. All right, 6-inch charge.
All right, 6-inch charge.
That is a 12.
That is a 12.
He is in anywhere
in.
he wants to go. I'm gonna. Overwatch.
Overwatch, very important.
Woo. Okay.
Looking
Need
for
5s. Only
One
one
hit.
5, so I cannot kill him. I do wound him.
Okay. AP,
No AP.
3 up. Good.
Made it. Okay, so he is in. Now the drone just has to survive a round of combat with the Marine. We'll come back with his certain death. Combat has concluded over here. The drone did not survive. He is within 3 inches of that objective, which gives the Ultramarines 2 points. Here, 1 point in the middle and 1 point over here, giving them 4 points for turn 4, making it 16 to 10 going into T'au turn 4. Okay, we are at the end of the T'au turn. Sorry, I'm laughing. Some crazy stuff just happened. All right, so recap. These guys shifted forward. He could shoot in. He fired in. He did actually kill a guy with his fusion blaster and took away the Helix Adept boost. Over here, Brave Stand flew over. I declared Montcalm because it didn't matter at this point, so he actually advanced over, took out this guy, securing the objective. Then, everything over here fired into these guys who hadn't paid for transhuman. And I did 1 wound with the smart missiles, and then there were 3 wounds with the heavy burst cannon. Needed 5s to save. The Ultramarines for the Emperor rolled 3 6s and lived. So, with that, the end of turn 4 from the T'au, they're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 points, which puts us at, what does it put us at? I have 14 points. Sorry, 14 points for the T'au and 16 points for the Ultramarines. Now, because they didn't die on the Ultramarines' turn, they're going to get 2 points, and they will be at 18. The T'au will be in a very tough spot. Let's see what happens next. We have completed the Ultramarine turn. They did score 2 points. These 3 guys actually moved up. They did kill one of these guys. These guys shot at the Fire Warriors, didn't hurt any of them. So they scored 2 points, putting it 18 to 14 for Ultramarines in the lead. So on T'au turn 5, we have an extremely slim chance to win, but they're going to stay there. They'll get 2 points. Brave Stand back here is a point. Riptide on that objective is a point. So it would be 18 to 18, a draw. Now there is a slim glimmer of hope for the T'au. So these guys moved forward. They're 6 inches. They're on top just for ease of visual. They're actually down here. They have a 10-inch charge into these 2 guys. If they make that charge and at least 3 of them survive, I could take that objective, giving the T'au the 20 to 18 victory. But we have to make that charge and survive. It is a 10-inch charge. I have a command point. I get 2 chances to roll a 10. All right. Do you have any command points left?
I do have a command point.
So there's going to be Overwatch. I'm certain of it. But we got 10 inch. That's a 7. We're going to spend our last command point.
All right.
That's an 11. Oh my gosh. Drama unfolds. Do you want to go ahead and shoot your Overwatch here? I mean, you could save it, I guess, for transhuman or something.
Transhuman wouldn't necessarily be a benefit. Mm-hmm. Overwatch, on the other hand, is, tricky just because it only hits on 6.
Right. All right, let's think about it while we measure some stuff. Yeah. No Overwatch fired. Holding on to that command point. After piling in, all 5 Fire Warriors are within range of the objective. We have 6 attacks, 2 for the Shazway, the Sergeant equivalent, and 1 for each of the other guys. Hitting on 5s. We will note the Helix Adept is still in there, so I want to just get the guy on 1 wound, so I gotta get 2 of these 3. Let's see, hitting on 5s. And that's 0. Okay, there we go. Now it's up to the Ultramarines to kill the T'au.
I'm spending my command point on Sons of Gilliman, which basically will give them full rerolls to hit.
Yes, there we go.
And mathematically, I think that was superior to the Overwatch.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I've got 6 attacks, hitting on 3s, rerolling any misses, and then we'll wound on 3s. So we have 6 hits.
6 hits. All right. The Fire Warriors may have just killed themselves.
And we have 4 wounds.
4 wounds.
No, 1 AP. 1 AP.
Because it is Assault Doctrine, yeah. So 4 5-up saves. Just got to make all these. I make 1, which means 3 die, so it's going to be 2 to 2
So
on the
it
objective.
contests the objective, but does
Contests,
not control.
does not control. So with that, the end of the T'au turn 5, they'll get 4 points, giving them 18, which is a draw with the Ultramarines. A stalemate here. The two armies stumbled across each other in the darkness, in the night, weren't aware that they were there, caught each other off guard. They weren't prepared for the battles. Nobody had a strong strategic plan. It was just kind of smash into your opponent, and nobody could force the upper hand. Both groups will regroup and live to fight another day. And that is, oh, that was a good one. All right, nice. We'll come back with the recap. Here with a bit of our thoughts on the battle. First, amazing game. I thought it was awesome. Obviously a tie, can't get any closer. And then what you mentioned off camera, even it came down to a draw on this last objective, like 2-2. Like neither of us even took it. I just rolled morale just to see, and they passed their morale. So 2-2 there on that one, splitting it, contesting it. Pretty awesome stuff. The blackout 18-inch range thing, that was a huge difference maker in the game. Yeah, just crazy stuff. What were your thoughts? How do you think it went?
Really interesting fight. This was my first match against T'au in 9th edition, so
Nice.
it's neat to see how they play, some changes.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you say, the 18-inch darkness factor was a huge game changer. It's both of us very shooty armies, and just forcing it to get into that closer quarters on such a big table with 1,000 points.
Yes.
It's just, you're always moving.
Yep.
Always moving.
Yeah, with the bigger table, yeah, the army's not huge, so you really had to spread out if you wanted to take stuff. Like losing my Cardre Fireblade over there was, if he would have survived, he could have tucked in behind those things and just scored me points. But when he died, I didn't have anything else I could send over there, so it really makes it interesting, the choices you have to make with movement. I really like that. And like we were saying, the open war, it's really interesting, just all the variances you can get with missions, twists, objectives, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I thought the game went really well. I don't think either of us really made any terrible blunders. I was saying my Pathfinders, I should have moved them around the other side because they just got shot for no reason and killed.
And I probably shouldn't have charged the attack bike.
The attack bike getting nuked in Overwatch was, yeah, unfortunate swing there. But some crazy stuff, like the one guy surviving over here when I shot everything into the squad, which allowed him to take that. There were so many just moments where like a die roll shifted one way or the other, could have swung the game in a huge way, but that was awesome. The dice tell the story, and this story was a draw. Very awesome. But we appreciate you watching Slider Games. Thanks for coming by, JR. Thanks for playing. It was great to have you on the channel. The army was beautiful. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. But we appreciate it. Have fun.